Swamp Thing. You know what I'm saying? We back at it again, man. Thank y'all for commenting. Thank you for our new subscribers. But we're gonna go back in here, man. And who else on the other side, man? Hey, introduce yourself, man. Let them know who you is, man.
Hey,
Hey
man,
man,
damn
Santee
all that.
Swamp Thing.
Hold up, man. Hold on. You said
Santee
Swamp Thing?
Thing. Huh?
Did you say Swamp Thing?
Yeah, man. Santee Swamp Thing, man.
What? You see, shot that amaze me with some of the stuff come out your mouth. This nigga say Swamp Thing.
Yeah,
Man, this is what Mike, a.k.a. Booby, a.k.a. Choke Yourself, man. This dude talking about Swamp Thing, man. What is going on?
Hey, man, we may not always be right. We may not always be wrong.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get our mouths being speaking on with Swamp Thing. Yeah, dang.
Hey, man, with that being said, man, you know, it's a lot of conversation going on within the sports news and sports industry about the quarterback from Tennessee, you know, trying to get this deal with, he was sniffing around trying to get a deal with, I guess, Oregon. And then, of course, Dan Lannon, you know, told Josh Heupel, the coach of Tennessee, you know, what he was doing. And then Tennessee decided to part ways with him. What's your, first of all, Mike, what's your opinion on this and what you think about this?
The NIL, I think, to me, we should have spoke about this during college basketball.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just step back for a minute. The reason you have 4 number ones because the NIL has hurt the mid-majors and smaller schools.
Yep.
You're not gonna see no more Cinderella teams, and you know the little team in Florida they had that time, UMB. You're not gonna see this no more because the NIL is strictly. And from what I heard, Anthony Hardaway talk about today, the Power 5 schools get the most money. We all know it. SEC gonna get the most money. So basically, what this kid in Tennessee is doing, I just read before we got on here, he made between 2.2 and $2.5 million. That's good money.
Yeah.
I think some other quarterbacks penny up and made a little more than him.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go back to tell the Tennessee, hey, I need $4 million. This is my rebuttal to him. Negro, what have you won?
Yeah.
I mean, see, now the NCAA has made a big problem.
Yep.
And it's not so much the NCAA, it's everybody.
Yes.
Because when you made your short the other day, you are right. The coaches should stay. I'm not gonna say they're gonna stay the long term, but they're gonna stay until if they got to be there 2 or 3 years to see it out. Then to me, I think that's the stipulation right there.
Yeah.
The only way you can get out of your to transfer portal, if your coach up and leave, then they should be able to say you can leave.
Yeah.
But to get these kids, this dude Nico making $2.2 to $2.5 million. If you getting that 2 or 3 years, I'm just doing the math. If you're doing that 2 or 3 years, you set for life anyway. That's how I look at it. For you to have the audacity to ask somebody to give you $4 million. You have the one diddly poo. My thing is, it's to me, another thing I hate about NIL and everything that we talked about in sports, this is what I was trying to tell you a long time ago about it's a new era. You kept saying it's a new era, new ways of sports. Me and you always go back and forth.
Yeah.
I got the old mindset. You got to evolve and change. Some things don't need changing. That's what I was trying to tell you.
True.
So this is one thing. Do the athletes need to get paid? Yes, but they need to put a cap on it.
Yeah.
You cannot make, I would say for say for Cooper Flag, hypothetically, Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
He should make no more than the max would be $2 million.
Okay.
Everybody else go below that.
Okay.
And I'm just saying him I'm talking about him in his sport, but I'm saying any other major sport.
Yeah.
Like Cam Ward, it's like Cam Ward to Shedeur Sanders. You making $2 million, that's the cap. For my thing is, I heard, I just watched Jimmy Jackson and I watched Mike Bibby just talk just now about the same exact thing. How can you explain to regular kids going to school that's on their team when you got teammates coming around in Rolls Royces? How do you think that's gonna have controversy in between the locker rooms? I think I'm just as good as this dude, but he's getting $2 million. I'm only getting $100,000 over here. With the $100,000 me being college would be a lot of money. But these guys now, it's all about money. So it's like the integrity of the game is going to change. And also, the last point I'm going to make on this, the last point is you are teaching these kids, and these kids are teaching themselves. And I hate to say this, like all out of wrong, it's okay to not compete. If something, back in the days when like Michael Jordan them came in and USC, Buzz Peterson was the number 1 player in North Carolina. Michael Jordan said he got a target on his back. I'm gonna show him I'm better than him. You're teaching these kids not to compete no more. It's okay to tuck your tail and say, well, if I'm not playing here and I'm not getting the playing time I want, I'm gonna just transfer. That's the easy way. I'm gonna just transfer.
Yeah.
You're not teaching these kids to compete no more.
Exactly.
This is what I'm talking about when I was saying about the NBA and me and you had this back and forth about it's not so much back in the days when I was saying back in the days, they competed for everything they got. True. These kids, and not even kids, I'm talking about sports general. A lot of these sports people they don't compete. It's quick to like Kevin Durant and them. It's quick to pick up the phone. I'm gonna go play with Kevin Booker. Devin Booker, and I'm gonna go play with Bradley Beal. Come on,
Bradley Beal. Yeah.
You keep making these super teams. You can do it all you want. If you're not getting it from the dirt, from the ground up, it's no good. So the NIL to bring it back to NIL. They gotta put some stipulations in it because if not,
they got to.
The next couple of years of college is gonna be bad.
They got to, and like how we were saying too, athletes deserve to get paid because these schools been getting paid off their backs for years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But it's got to have a cap.
You got to have a cap. And like I said, with these coaches that recruiting these kids, right? They go into these parents' house saying, I'm gonna be here. If you saying you signed a contract for 4 years, okay, you need to stay there 4 years because these kids thinking that this will be my coach for the next, for the next 4 years.
This is okay. So this is piggyback what you're saying. Yeah. If they leave after 2 years, then that player can leave then.
Yeah.
That's distributed. This okay. So I understand what you're saying. If the coach say he got to sign a 4-year deal, and say 2 years in the school didn't fire him, another team came up and say, "Hey, we gonna offer you more money." Then no players there have the right to leave.
Exactly.
But, you got to put some kind of stipulations in here because these kids and coaches as well. Soon as something come available, everybody moving.
They're moving. So, and like you said, that leave a lot of these programs, especially like let's say like a SMU or these schools that maybe the San Diego State or the Norfolk State, something like that. High Point. They done build these teams up, and they're like, okay, we got something. Now that bringing in more athletes to the school because now they're seeing them on the big screen and stuff. And then next thing you know, these other bigger teams like a Villanova, or Illinois. Or Notre Dame,
or the Power 5 schools. You said the Power 5 schools.
They're going to go down there to the Lord and snatch these coaches up. That doesn't mess up the whole, that whole program that they just left because they're like, but dang,
But we just now, I just seen before we came on a guard from UNCG Greensboro.
Yeah.
Now he's going to Texas Tech. See, this is what I don't have a problem with the small schools going to the major schools.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem. I have a problem with a kid going from, like the kid from Alabama. He transferred from Alabama to North Carolina.
Yeah.
This is what I have. You're going from one Power 5 school to another Power 5 school. Come on. Now, I understand you from Chapel Hill. But see, when you got the small, like you got little kids like A&T or UNCG or Central or Winston State in a mid-major school call you say, hey, we can offer you a little something better out here. You can be seen more. That little kid in UNCG, I can understand why he would leave. Yeah. Because you're going to get seen way more in Texas Tech than you are in UNCG. I get that part, but it's got to be a stipulation. Everywhere we look at it, it's got to be something because you cannot just keep letting these kids bounce around, and you cannot let the coaches bounce around either.
But then that brings us back to another point too, Mike. That brings us back to a point where now it's going to get to the point where it's getting back like how it was before. It could be nothing but they say the top 4 or 5 teams like the Alabamas, the Texas. You know what I'm saying? They're getting all these good players. And now they're going to always be at the top when it comes to like either football, basketball, baseball, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And now it's back to where these mid-major or lower-level schools, they can't really get,
but this is what they're creating. They want the Texas, the Alabamas, the Floridas, the UNC. They bring in the more money, Darryl. They bring in the most money.
I understand.
So the school, the smaller school that you're saying, like maybe like Tulane's and the SMU, the Southern, They are in now. SMU is in the ACC now, but still, you don't consider them a major school like UNC or Duke or nothing like that. So it's hurting sports, and it's got that. And now, hindsight 2020. Remember when Nick Saban left? Yeah, Nick Saban said then NIL is going to ruin college.
That's what he said. Yeah,
Tony Bennett, the Virginia coach, came. He had signed a 3-year extension. Now, he can leave for 2 reasons. He's seen that damn team he had. He's like, hell, don't get out of here. But then also, he said the same thing. How can you build and see what the counter coach Tony Bennett is? He needs his players in, year out, to make sure they get that program. You can't be bringing people off the street every time, and it's not going to fit the kid. That's why he left. So you're going to start losing a lot of good coaches because they like, hey, I can't deal with this. We don't know year to year who we're going to have on our team, how the team going to look. And you kind of, I guess, a certain way, you're going to get tired of trying to persuade a guy to say, hey, man, stay here. These kids now see money.
Yep.
If I make 1.2 over here, but this school offered me 3.5, hell, I'm going to go in 3.5.
Yeah, true.
And
but like I said, the NCAA...
It's the way of life. And to me, this is what I was saying about competing. Money is the root of all evil. Do the kids supposed to get money? Yes. To this extent, no. Because you are bringing in money for the university. We get that. But you telling me an 18, 19-year-old kid making $2.5 million, what do you think they're going to do with that?
Blow it.
And then they're going to get in trouble.
But then I seen where they got these people that come in, and you know how when you coming into the when you being drafted by the NFL or the NBA, they got these people that come in and say, hey, these financial advisors and this and that. They got these people that's coming in that teaching them about the NIL deal, teaching them about the taxes and stuff. Say, hey,
okay, that's just like going to a regular school. You gonna have say you got 10 kids in class. 5 of them over on here. Nothing you say going one head, right the other. They ain't paying him no attention.
And guess what? You try, you know what I'm saying? You got to bring in people that just say like what's my man that used to play for Boston Celtics? That
Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker. Bring players in like that, you know, say, hey man, you need to look at me, you know, for an example. You know what I'm saying? I had the money, this what happened to me.
And see, you know what? To me, by him losing that kind of money, it's still mind-boggling to me.
Mind-boggling.
When you lose over $80 million.
Yes. And see what I'm saying? He could tell us, hey, man, I had some friends, they were just along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? People would use, you know, hey, man, this can happen to me. It happened to me, it can happen to you. Like him, there's a lot of other players too who else?
Oh, Latrell Sprewell. I seen something else say. Latrell Sprewell filed for bankruptcy. Larry Johnson filed for bankruptcy. Antoine Walker filed for bankruptcy. It's a lot of players in the NBA that made buku money. And they filed. And listen what I'm saying. We're not talking about $100,000. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars. They have
millions of millions out.
They had went outside and pissed away this kind of money.
Yeah, and then a lot of them got finessed by their financial advisors and their accountants. You know what I'm saying? Got in them little pyramid schemes. The accountants stealing their money.
Darryl, let me ask you something. Let me ask you a quick question. You a grown man. You about to be 50.
Exactly.
How old are you? 51?
I'll be 53 this year.
You be 53? Okay. You look good for your age anyway. Let me just. Well, let me ask you something. Somebody give you that money. You needed somebody to tell you how to use your money.
No, man, no.
I'm being serious.
True. That's true. That's true.
When you become in the NBA, is a point in time. I'm talking about any sport, not in NBA. It's come a point in time. You have to be a grown man. You got to understand. I can't buy 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars, 3, 4, 5 houses, buying all this lavish stuff. What you need it all for?
You can't even. You could be working most of the time. The only time you could be in the job is doing like the summer off season. So
let me ask you this. Why you got to pay somebody millions of dollars to advise you how to spend your damn money?
Your money, man. That part. I don't understand. Jason Tatum,
I respect the heck out of what he did. Him and his mama used to live in a car in St. Louis.
Yep.
They lived in a car.
Yep.
His mama and his advisor.
Yeah. Everything got to go through his mama.
Yep. To this day, right now, he got to check it with his mama to pull so much money out.
Yeah.
Because they came from nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
So
his mama,
but you gonna sit here and tell me I'm gonna find Joe Blow over here in the corner. Joe Blow
don't care nothing about me. Yeah, who don't care
nothing
about me.
And when you go out there on these road trips, the 5-6 game road trips out west, Joe Blow killing, he tearing your account up.
Yep.
I don't understand. I don't get it. That part when Karl Malone, I think Karl Malone might have been the first athlete I heard of that said I don't need no agent.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was.
Now, you can go you go hire your lawyer after that to go
counsel. To look over the paperwork. Yeah.
But so far, I don't need somebody to walk into there to tell them to go. Why I need it? You're a middleman.
Yep.
I don't need a middleman to negotiate my contract.
Yep. because they already got evaluated. They already got a number in by looking at your numbers that you done produced over the years, or even if you're a rookie.
Yeah.
They already got, hey, this is all the top 10, they say the top 10 in the NFL or NBA draft or whatever. Hey, this is a graded scale. You getting this much, and then everything breaking on down.
It's already a scale.
Yeah, exactly.
So I look at it like this: my mom and daddy know sports more than anybody else I ever seen in my life as parents. If I hadn't been fortunate enough to go pro, play baseball or basketball, I get my mom and daddy around my money because I can trust my mom and daddy. I'm not gonna go out here and get Joe Blow. And if I'm gonna give money to somebody, I pay my mom and daddy to do this.
Yeah.
They're gonna give me the best deal, and I know they're not gonna steal my money. See what I'm saying? If you want to say you want to make generational wealth, help your parents out.
Yeah.
But you go out here and, like I say, a lot of these kids. I'm not knocking nobody. You want to go get the Rich Pauls because that's the brown people. You want to go get these name people.
Yeah.
Them the same people going to hit you in the head. They're going to get you the most money, but they're going to hit you in the head for the most percentage out of that too.
It's going to cost,
Yeah.
If you want the best doctors and the best lawyers, it's going to cost,
Like I said, and I'm not throwing no shade on Rich Paul.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, he's done a phenomenal job. Because you look at Milton Williams. Milton Williams was his Milton Williams up under Rich Paul them.
Yeah.
The Panthers thought they had him 3 years, $60 million. The Patriots come out with $100 million 4 years.
Yep.
He got a bigger deal. I'm not mad at him. But I'm just saying to say this: you can have somebody in your family that you know. If you feel it strong, if you go into the pros, you don't need to go out and hire Joe Blow. Go hire somebody in your family that you know is going to take care of you. Now don't get it twisted. You go get a cousin or one of these down the line 3 or 4 cousins. They might get you. But I'm saying somebody who's right there, who attached to you your whole life. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and like I said, man, with this NIL stuff, man, it's still new. It's still kind of everybody's still trying to learn about it and stuff like that. But like I said,
it didn't take that many years to learn.
It's real. It's a real. Like I said, the NCAA. Like I said in my post before, I think the NCAA really did themselves a disservice by not holding the coaches accountable, holding the players accountable. Say, hey, this is what we need to do. We need to put in some checks and balances so that these coaches can't just be gallivanting all across these different schools that they call them and leave these other schools in shambles and leave the players in shambles because they thought that coach was going to be there. And next thing you know,
but I don't put it all on them though, Darryl. Guess what?
Yeah, I don't.
If the players are getting paid now, who gonna care? They ain't gonna care who the coach is. As long as I'm still getting my money, I don't care.
Exactly. But I'm saying before this NIL
Yeah. But I just feel like, they I think NCAA, when this came down, just like anything else, when Tesla came out, everybody wanted to Tesla. Everybody wanted Tesla. Now, whatever happened with this dude who make it Tesla, I'm not even gonna call no name.
Yeah.
Now people want to burn his
exactly.
When stuff come out, when things are new and shiny, everybody want to do it. Everybody want to be the first one on board when that comes out. Once it starts selling out, you see how bad it is.
Yeah.
Then you got to start. NCAA got to figure out a way to get this back up under control. If not, I can say 3-4 years from now, I'm being honest, college basketball and college sports period is going to be like in shambles. Bang.
Yeah, because they could be these players gonna be going through this portal like shoot, man, like this any chance they get, they boom, I'm gonna go ahead. I don't like the coach. Okay, I'm gonna go in the transfer portal. Or
that means guess what? You ain't want to fight. And all you teaching them kids, they don't want to fight. They don't want to battle.
Yep.
And I just want to give out.
100% on that.
I want to say my condolences, man, to the guy from LSU that they suicide over the weekend. The receiver. And we all know that, this is what, who knows in LSU when he was in Baton Rouge somewhere up in that area, he was driving almost 100 miles per hour with a Challenger or a Charge or something like that.
Yeah.
He hit an old 73-year-old man and left the scene. They say it's been playing on him because he was in jail. And they were saying basically if he goes to court, he's going to go to jail. Yeah. Well, just so happened over the weekend, he's out here. I don't know the details. All I know they said when they got to the car, when he crashed the car, he was already dead. So we don't know if he committed suicide and then got in the car and just took. I don't know what. But I just want to say, man, to these kids out here, and what me and my partner were just talking about. When you get this money, you get these cars, you get influenced by your teammates. I'm not saying I don't know what the scenario happened that night with these gentlemen, but
Yeah.
You're getting out here and you're wilding out. And I understand you're 18, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand when you get this kind of money, you get these kind of cars, you get out here, your life can change in a split second. You hit somebody, you kill somebody, and the worst thing he done that day was not call. He fled the scene.
Yeah.
He didn't call. So obviously he was scared. He left the scene, but at the same time, you took a life. So I'm not trying to knock him. I'm not gonna try to bash him because I want to send my condolences to him.
Condolences to his family.
They just got to figure out, everybody who's involved in it, even the gentleman that got killed. But my thing is, they got to figure out a way how to, because Georgia had a big problem with this. A lot of guys were getting DUIs and speeding tickets and stuff. And Kirby Smart had to figure out a way, like, hey, we got to stop this. Something going on every year. 2 or 3 our guys getting in trouble every year. And like I said, I don't know if there's a way that you could do that because when you got college kids, I don't know if there's a way you could do that. But I just want to get that off my chest, man, and just say condolences to that guy. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, condolences to the gentleman that he killed. Condolences to his family too, man. Like I said, it's a sad situation all around. Kind of like the same thing that happened with what's my man from the Raiders, Strug. What was his name?
Talking about Reed
from Alabama.
Talking about Alabama play for the Raiders.
Yeah,
Ruggs.
Ruggs. Yeah, kind of that similar situation.
Went out there 100-some miles per hour. He was driving out there and hit somebody. He in jail. So your career could be taken just like that.
Yep.
And let me ask you a question now. Since we're talking about the draft is less than almost a week and a half away. Let me ask you this question, and I guess you can probably give me a better answer. And I know you're gonna give me a real answer.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, when players, when you come back out, I say February, March, we start having these mock drafts.
Yeah.
Cam Ward was one, him and Shador was 1, 2, somewhere up in there. How in the world Shador down there fell off and they ain't even played a game? How you fell from top 3 now to they talking about maybe 2021? How do you fall that bad?
And see, like you said, that's the thing. That's just mock draft. That's just people that just talking. I think it's a lot of everybody know when Deion became that coach of Colorado, everybody was on him. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of shade, a lot of this, a lot of that. So now I just said, well, heck, we can't get Deion. We can throw some shade on his son. And that's the thing. A lot of people hate to see somebody successful or they think that he's too arrogant. You know what I'm saying? They think that he's too cocky. But that's how Deion was. You know what I'm saying? So the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
If you play sports, just like, okay, you got a pressure washer business. Don't you think you cocky? You one of the best out there when you're doing your job, right? You want to be a little cocky. Yeah. So I just don't understand how I don't want to play on my team don't have a little cockiness in them.
Exactly.
Brash. I don't want nobody who's timid. I mean, and I guess it's the way you could do it because like Bryce Young.
Exactly.
They said Bryce Young is cocky as anybody you want to see, but he don't show it. He's behind the scenes. I guess Shador has the same I guess the spotlight has been, like you said, on his daddy. Now it's going to him. Yep. And he does a lot of talking. He's one of the kids I was talking about earlier. He's riding around in Colorado in Bentleys and this, that, and the other. So it's going to be a lot of backlash to this stuff. But does that have anything to do with his performance on the field is the biggest question I got.
That's the part right there. They're blurring the lines when it comes to that. They're looking at all this other stuff. But when you look at the film, when you look at the tape, they say, hey, man, he's just as good as anybody else that's in the draft. You know what I'm saying? And now they're trying to nitpick. You know what I'm saying? When you get close to the draft, they find any little thing to nitpick on. You know what I'm saying? They say he was patting the ball. You know what I'm saying? But hell, everybody pat the ball. You know what I'm saying?
I seen ESPN. I seen Dan Orlovsky talking about that. Dan Orlovsky said a lot of people pat the ball. I'm like, so you picking every little nick. So that means he don't walk in a straight line down the line. He just crooked a little bit. You want to find that? I'm like, it find any little thing. And it's another thing I want to jump onto. We know we're talking about sports and the whole totality of it. So I want to switch up a little bit. The play-in game is coming in tomorrow, but before I get that, I really want to get your opinion about this. This is your guy. Did you see LeBron James out there warming up with his shirt off?
Oh, I forgot. And Isaiah Thomas I got on. Bro, they say he was there like 5 minutes before the game. It's like he was like, doing, he come there like 4 hours before the game. He was just warming up, like shooting around. They're like, so what's the big deal? Nobody was there. Isaiah Thomas made a big thing about it, man. I was like, bro, really?
But this is what I keep telling you, Daryl. Perception is everything. You didn't see the guys in the NBA back in the days do this. See, this is what me and you always have to disconnect about. You say you got to go at the time. No.
Yeah. No,
LeBron,
but let me ask you this right
LeBron,
here, Mike. Yeah, but who? Ain't nobody tell he out there shooting. Ain't nobody tell him to film that.
LeBron. Hey, Daryl. Daryl. Was LeBron? Let me ask you a couple questions.
Go ahead.
Was LeBron the one or not came on the side of the court and had a whole plate of food one game when the game was going on?
Yeah.
LeBron comes out here with his shirt off. Who does that? You don't see nobody in there do that.
But he always play like that. Doing the warm-ups and stuff.
So let me ask you this. Does LeBron have his own set of rules? This is what I'm asking you. Does he have his own set of rules?
Hey, you know them superstars do. Every superstar.
No. I said LeBron. He's different.
He's the superstar. Exactly. He goes in. Everybody know the superstars got their own set of rules. We know that.
Do Steph Curry come out with his shirt off?
Steph Curry still got his own set of rules. He might not come out with his shirt off, but he got his own set of rules.
Question. The SGA come out with his shirt off?
That probably not his thing.
Did Luka come out there with his shirt off?
You want Luka to come out there with his shirt off?
Do Jokic come out there with his shirt off?
Hey, that is his thing, man.
Do Giannis come out there? So this is what I'm trying to see.
But no, when Kobe, when you saying that right, when they saw Steph Curry and all them guys, that's when the fans be in the arena then. When he be shooting the threes from all the different angles, the fans be in the arena. LeBron was shooting like 4 or 5 out before the fans even was in the arena.
But don't you think it's disrespectful though? Come on, don't you think it's disrespectful?
No, man. Y'all, they're making too much about that, bro. Come on, bro. Really?
So let me ask y'all something. So y'all really believe? I'm gonna ask you because I'm gonna put you in the same category as Gilbert Arenas and all these other guys.
Yeah.
How Gilbert Arenas? You see Tim Hardaway went at him on his podcast and say, "You crazy."
I saw that. Yeah.
You see what he said, right?
I saw what he said.
He basically said, "Y'all SHIT on our era."
Oh yeah.
You saying Mark Price wasn't no good. Craig Elo wasn't no good. We wasn't no good. All the guards they had back then could play ball.
Could play ball,
tell me all these guys is playing now. You telling me you take for that podcast alone. Just take that podcast alone.
Okay.
Gilbert Arenas, Nick Young, Brandon Jennings, Kenyon Martin, and Rashad McKenzie. McKenzie. Those 5.
Yeah.
Because them 5 now, Kenyon Martin, I could say he could play back in that era.
Dog.
He had dog in him.
Dog.
Any of the other 4 can play in that era. I'm gonna just wait for it.
Yeah, they could have played.
Who?
They could have played with the Mark Prices and all them other guys. All of them.
Who?
All of them. Gilbert, all of them. Yes, they could have played. They could have played.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a quick question. It's gonna be a quick rundown.
Okay.
Is Gilbert Arenas better than Tim Hardaway in his prime? In their primes, who better, Tim Hardaway or Gilbert Arenas?
Tim Hardaway, Gilbert Arenas, his prime. Agent Zero was shooting the heck out of that joint, bro.
So you
Tim
say
Hardaway
he was better than
two-step? Hold on. Tim Hardaway with the Texas two-step? Nah, he'll probably take him off.
In their prime, who better?
Shit. I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I really don't know. Tim Hardaway with Run TMC. I give an edge to Tim Hardaway. The edge. I edge it to him.
Is Gilbert Arenas better than Kevin Johnson?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Is Gilbert Arenas better than Mark Price?
Really? You really asking me that?
I'm asking the question.
He's better than Mark Price. He shoot Mark Price out the gym. What you talking about?
Are you crazy?
Agent Zero is lighting them up, bro.
You think? Hold on.
Mark Price from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
He can outshoot Mark Price.
From the point guard from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Are you serious? You serious? Are you serious?
You saying Gilbert Arenas cannot shoot Mark Price?
Outshoot him all day.
Oh
man, Gilbert Arenas, man, you see where he's shooting from? You must have forgot evolution. These cats are shooting from half court. Mark Price wasn't doing that.
It doesn't. The name of the game is shoot by half 3-point line. They don't care how far it was.
You ain't thought about that. Every evolution is always levels. It's all every 10 to 20 years. This is what gets me. This is what gets me about the NBA. The further we go from them eras, from the 80s and 90s, the less y'all say how much competition there was, how garbage they were. That's a lie. That's a lie. I ain't saying that.
That's a lie. So you're not gonna sit and tell me Rashad McCants, Swaggy P, Brandon Jennings, and Gilbert Arenas could play back then with the Isaiahs, the Tim Hardaways, the John Stocktons, none of them. Are you crazy?
Okay. Gilbert Arenas would be just like Vinnie Johnson, Michael Williams. Gilbert Arenas is a bucket. It's a bucket. Vinnie Johnson was a bucket.
Yeah, he was. Vinnie Johnson was a cold heart, and Vinnie Johnson was short and thick.
It don't matter. He getting buckets. It's all about getting buckets. 8-0 will get buckets. You can't say he won't. You cannot say he won't.
He played on a weak ass team.
No. He getting buckets.
He played on the Washington Wizards.
It don't matter. He getting buckets.
And the first thing people say about Gilbert Arenas,
this cat shoots from almost half court.
And the first thing y'all gonna say about Gilbert Arenas because he is 60 on Kobe. Wow, one game.
Hey, I ain't saying that. Gilbert Arenas is always a sniper. He a sniper. Okay. Come on, man. Come on now.
He a sniper and he a damn hater.
Hey,
he a big time hater.
Them cats was like right on the 3-point line or maybe 1 foot behind.
You're missing a point. Let me ask you this. If you're on the, let me ask you this. Are you behind the line? It's still 3 points and 3 points.
True. But what I'm saying
it don't matter.
It don't matter. How you going to deal up against somebody that pulling up 40 feet, shooting the 3? 30 feet. Steph Curry shooting 30, 40, half
We didn't say Steph. See, I didn't say Steph Curry. See?
But that
I'm talking about those guys on that podcast.
What I'm saying is, it done elevated to that point. Them guys are shooting like that.
I'm talking about the guys on that podcast, specifically on that podcast. Because like they do the most junk talking about the errors. They always talk about the errors.
True.
Kenyon Martin is the only one I can say defenders who can play back in the era.
No, yeah.
He played rough and rugged. The rest of them, hell no.
Brandon? Oh, hold on. You talking about Brandon Jennings? Oh, Bucket Brandon? You crazy? Man, Bucket Brandon is man, come on, bro. Milwaukee Bucks Brandon Jennings? Buckets. Yes, he was. He was like that. We're going to ask this question tomorrow at work. Let's ask this question tomorrow at work. We're going to ask this question tomorrow at work. Hey, he was buckets, man. Come on, man. Yeah.
I'm not saying he was a bucket. I didn't say that. See, the difference between what I'm saying and what you're saying, I didn't say Brandon Jennings couldn't play. I didn't say Gilbert couldn't play. I didn't say Swaggy P couldn't play. I didn't say they could play. They're diminishing what the NBA was back then. See, you can talk about...
You actually couldn't play back then.
But they can all... See, the thing is, when I'm talking about the NBA, with these guys now, everybody can always say, well, this era is better than this era.
True.
Well, hell, that era played with Converse. That era played back-to-back on commercial flights. That era didn't have no load management. That era didn't sit on the damn bench and they toenail hurt, or they farted too much on the bus, or they farted. It was they played every night.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about playing basketball. We talking about playing the game of basketball. Yes, they could play back then. Yeah, buckets. I'm sorry, it is what it is.
If you could tell me any one of them folks can stop Tim Hardaway, I'm gonna just wait on it. Any one of them.
I ain't say they could stop him. I ain't never said that. I ain't never said they could stop him.
And the thing I love about
stoppers on there.
The thing I love about Tim Hardaway on that, when he went on there, he stood, he sat right beside him, and then none of them say nothing.
Yeah.
Y'all couldn't play in that era. He said that. And then none of them chimed in when this is what I'm talking about. You can talk about an era until somebody sat down in that chair. When Tim Hardaway sat in that chair, ain't none of them hit a rebuttal.
I want to say something. But what I'm saying is a lot of these eras don't even, I understand what you're saying. A lot of these eras don't respect the older eras. And in the eras before them, don't respect those. It's always been like that, bro. It's been like that.
I never heard Magic and them diminish the 70s. I never heard Mike and them diminish see, they didn't do that. The younger generation doing that. They didn't diminish them boys back then.
You know what? You know where that came from? The media started that stuff first.
Here we go. Huh?
The media started first. And then
this is what you always say. Here you go.
That goat debate and all that. Yeah, it is what it is.
Social media. And this is what you this is your go-to. Your go-to is social media.
This question right here. I'm asking this question right here. And this came from one of the greats back in the 70s, Oscar Robertson.
I know you about go ahead.
Oh, you okay then? Go ahead.
Go ahead. Ask the question. Somebody want to know what the question is.
What he say about LeBron James? It ain't even no question. And that was one of the greats back in the 70s.
That's one man's opinion. That's cool. That's one man's opinion.
Now it's one man's opinion. This
is
not just no one man. This is not just no one man. This is a triple double great. Come on, man.
Just like you saying that, I just seen Kenny Smith say something the other day. Kenny Smith said the only reason LeBron's in the top 3 with him because of stats. He said you take his stats away, he's not even in his top 10.
Hey, who is them? Who is Kenny Smith? They asked Kenny Smith why he and something. They said Shaq couldn't say because he wasn't no good. Man, I'll holler. Sexy because he wasn't no good.
He won two NBA championships.
Akeem won them.
Kenny Smith hit a 3-pointer to win the game 1 or 2. What?
3-pointer. Okay. But like I said, Akeem won them, man. Akeem won them.
I think if I'm not mistaken, with game 1, Kenny hit all them threes. So see, people can diminish how people play and this, that, and the other. Say what you want.
Exactly. That's what I said that for you to say that. You can't be diminished on how people play back in those days. And now, just like you said, Kenny Smith hit a 3. But then when we be talking about LeBron with the championship, then you said you said something about everything hit the 3. Kyrie Irving hit the 3.
This era is soft as hell.
It's a team sport, man.
This era is soft as hell. That's how you can play that long.
Hey, man, ain't nobody messing with LeBron 6'7", 6'9", 260 solid, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
He's solid.
Athletic.
He's solid, but he ain't nobody damn. The goal.
Jamming on cats. Braun 18 coming in the league was jamming on cats, bro. Hey, come on, man. Stop playing, man. Hey, but we getting to the point where it's getting kind of. We're gonna hop on this right here later, man. Hey, I'm gonna hit homeboy back. He just hit me back, man. He said he just landed, so I'm gonna hit him back to see what we got going on. We're gonna talk about this, and we're definitely gonna talk about this tomorrow at work too. That same question we talk about tonight, man. My Speaking Podcast fan, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what y'all think about this this topic of conversation that we had tonight, man. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate all the new fans that logged in and subscribed to us, man. We thank you to all our old subscribers that have been rocking with us, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all, man. Y'all keep rocking with us, man. Y'all keep holding us down, and we keep giving you these classic concepts, these classic clips, these classic sports talk, these classic entertainment talk, these classic movie talk, all that stuff, man. Y'all keep rocking with us, and peace.